You don't expect your vagina to smell like vanilla or to smell like strawberry, or you don't expect it to have a banana flavor. That is not the normal state of the vagina. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pharmacist Yomi. If you are new here, I film about faith, health and lifestyle. Today we're going to be talking about something very serious. It's about the vagina and the different types of smell. Why does the vagina smell the way it smells? What is the normal smell? What are the causes? What are the treatments? If you'd like to know more about this topic I'm going to be talking about today, which I believe you should be interested, you should definitely keep watching. Why does the vagina have a smell? Now, the vagina has a smell because of the pH of the vagina. Now, what is the pH? pH is something that is used to test either the acidity or the alkalinity of a substance. So the normal pH of a vagina is between the range of 3.8 to 4.5, which is quite acidic. Now, anything that alters the pH of a vagina causes the vagina to smell. Now, I need you to take note that there's a normal bacteria that lives in the vagina called lactobacilli. This is a normal bacteria. It doesn't cause any harm. It actually even helps to prevent the growth of the bad bacteria in the vagina. Moving to the different types of the smell, I would like to talk about the first smell of the vagina, which is the acidic smell. Now, I already told you that the pH of a vagina is between the range of 3.8 to 4.5. So anything that alters the pH of the vagina causes it to smell. It could be semen, it could be blood. In fact, I've even heard cases of people adding potash to their vagina, adding alum, adding all sorts of things. I've even heard of ladies sitting in putting Dettol in water and sitting in it just to kill a bacteria or to avoid infection. Please, this is wrong. You do not expect your vagina to smell like vanilla or to smell like strawberry, or you don't expect it to have a banana flavor. That is not the normal state of the vagina. The vagina is slightly acidic, and that is the normal smell. As long as the smell is mild, you are not experiencing any itch, any abnormal discharge, your vagina is probably normal. Do not allow the society to put any pressure on you. Then the second smell I'm going to be talking about today is the earthy smell. Now, this happens when there's sweat in the growing region of your vagina. The vagina itself does not sweat. It is this area of the vagina that sweats. And mind you, whenever you sweat, the sweat itself doesn't have a smell. It is when it mixes with the bacteria on your skin that this produces a smell. So I would advise that whenever you feel like you're sweaty, or you can just take a shower and you will be all right, I would advise that you use a natural fiber panties like cotton instead of using a synthetic panty like polyester. This is definitely good and helps to absorb sweat. The next smell, which is quite popular, I'm going to be talking about, is the fishy smell. I know you can think that, oh, can the vagina smell like a fish? Yes, it does. Sometimes vagina could smell like a fish. There are two reasons why the vagina could have a fishy smell. The first is called bacteria vaginosis. Now I'm going to say that again, bacteria vaginosis. Now, bacterial vaginosis is more of a sexually associated infection, but it cannot be sexually transmitted. So now what this does is that it changes the pH of a vagina to 7. Now, this is due to the imbalance of the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. Remember, I told you the good bacteria is lactobacilli. So when there's an imbalance, it could alternate the pH of a vagina, and it could cause the vagina to smell like a fish. Now, what causes this imbalance of a good bacteria and the bad bacteria? It can be caused by douching. It can be caused by having sex, which is as a result of semen. It can also be caused by using the copper intrauterine contraceptive. Even some feminine wash can actually alternate the imbalance of the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. Please make sure you stay away from using all these substances. It can cause harm to you. Make sure you just use water. Water is fine. Just wash your vagina with only water and you are good to go. Avoid douching. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have sex or you shouldn't use contraceptives. Just make sure you pay attention to all of these things, because it can give you a higher chance. It can increase the risk of you having this infection. Now, the second reason why your vagina could have a fishy smell is called Trichomona vaginalis. I'm going to say that again. It's called Trichomona vaginalis. Now, unlike the last one I just spoke about, this is actually a sexually transmitted infection. You can also have other symptoms, which includes having discharge. Your vagina could be itchy. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, please make sure you see a doctor, or you can also talk to your pharmacist. Please, it's very essential. Do not self-medicate. Once again, I beg you, please do not self-medicate. This can be treated by an antibiotics. Please make sure you consult your doctor or you speak to your pharmacist. The next smell I'm going to be talking about today is the yeast smell. Now, this is due to vaginal thrush. You can also experience other symptoms like having a white or lumpy vaginal discharge. Now, thrush is really common. You know, this is due to an overgrowth of yeast in the vagina. There's a natural yeast that actually lives in the vagina, but when there's an overgrowth of this, it causes an imbalance of the pH, and of course it also alternates the smell. Please, if you're having any of these symptoms, again, make sure you see a doctor. You can treat this using an antifungal. It's usually just one dose. You can even insert as a pessary. You can insert it into your vagina. The next smell I'm going to be talking about today is the coppery or metallic smell. Now, I believe that almost every woman experiences this smell every month. This is especially when it's time for the menstrual period. This particular smell occurs when there is blood hanging around your vagina. Now, this is definitely of no surprise because blood contains iron, and of course iron is metal. So if you are experiencing this, you can just be patient for a few days, and usually whenever you're done with your period, whenever your period is over, then this smell also tends to disappear. The second reason why you can experience a coppery or metallic smell is if you are having sex when your vagina is dry, probably because you are not aroused or it's just dry. So what I would advise you is to make sure you use a lubricant, or you make sure you get aroused, because whenever you have sex, whenever your vagina is dry, it could cause you to bleed, and you can begin to experience this. The next smell I'm going to be talking about today is the rotten or offensive smell. Now, this is quite popular. This particular smell is quite popular, and this could happen as a result of you having a PID, a pelvic inflammatory disease, or you forgetting your tampon in your vagina. I know some people are not very familiar with what a tampon is. A tampon is usually used, instead of using a normal sanitary pad, it is used to absorb blood from your vagina. So some people tend to forget. I know it could be funny, or it could sound crazy that people forget this, but if you are having a light bleeding, or your bleeding is not so heavy, you have every tendency to actually forget your tampon inside your vagina, and this could lead to a rotten or offensive smell. Please, if you're experiencing any of this, make sure you see a doctor. Make sure you see a doctor. And the last smell I'm going to be talking about today is the chemical or bleachy smell. Now, this normally occurs when there is a leakage, or when there is like a urinary tract infection. Now, this causes a chemical or a bleachy smell. Please, if you're experiencing any of these symptoms that I've spoken about today, make sure you see a doctor. Make sure you speak to your pharmacist. Make sure you do not self-medicate. Please do not douche. Do not add any alum or any potash or any harmful substance to your vagina. If the smell of your vagina is probably mild, you are normal and there is no problem. You do not expect your vagina to smell like vanilla or banana or any type of strawberry or any kind of funny flavor. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you find this video helpful, make sure you share it with someone. Make sure you share it with a girl child. Make sure you share it with a woman. Make sure you share, because so many people are ignorant of all this information. Please make sure you share this video, and ensure you also subscribe to this channel to get more health videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in.